Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Welcome in. Hello. How is everyone doing? Welcome in, friends. Oh my goodness. Irene, thank you for the 30 months. Oh my gosh. The thing that I use to look at my chat window, my activity window has changed. The UI has changed and it's weird. I got to get used to it. I got to get used to it. Howdy, partners. Feeling under the weather. Oh, Crow, I hope you feel better, friend. I'm sorry. Please feel better. Goosely, thank you for the 4 months. Drog, thank you for the 3 months. Waterboy, thank you for the biddy. Flash is here now. I can actually work and not procrastinate. Well, that's just a lie. No, I don't want this song. Let's get into this playlist. There we go. All right. All's well. We're ready. I say we're ready. I mean, am I ever actually ready? The answer is really no, I'm not. Oh my word. Ghosty, thank you for the 16 months. Mine, thank you for the biddies. Hello, friends. Hello. See, the chat window, what it's doing, it's not like message instantly after another one. It like scrolls up and does like, I can see the actual visual scroll. And it's weird. I got to get used to it. Jocelyn, hello. Hey, what up, Drifter? These had the same issue that you and Doc had on Willow with the missing bone. Really? Was it in the garage as well? I'm curious now. What is happening with the bone at Willow? Yes? Interesting. Debbie, thank you for the 1 year. Does that say 12 months? Oh my God. Jamie, thank you for the 10 months. Goddess. Thank you for the 4 months. My God. Hi, Copper. Hi, friend. Juju, hello. Lizard. I wasn't expecting to be at the same time. Oh my God. Hey, what up, Stick? How's it going? We even scrounged the garage and did we searched that entire garage 3 or 4 times and just never found it. I am doing the weekly. Yes. Yes. Mr. Song is joining. We might have a Phoenix, maybe. If not, that's all right. Song and I will knock it out. See the latest Windows update can cause. I did see that PSU. Yeah, I did see that. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Good evening. Hello. How's everyone's weekend? Everyone doing good? Blondie, thank you for the 19 months. Oh my God, dude. Oh, I almost forgot. So I was very unaware that I was sent something. Someone sent me something through Throne. And I didn't know about it until it showed up. My wife and I were looking at each other because there was an Amazon looking box. And we're like, well, what did you order? I'm like, nothing the past couple days at least. It was not a lizard. No, it was not a lizard. High break. Lovely. Thank you for the follow. Was it a fly? No, it was not a fly, but it might relate to a fly. Weekend was good. I like to hear it. Who's pushed buttons? It crashed when, oh, damn. Did a random update. That sucks. That's so annoying. So if I get infested by flies again, it's game on. It's game on. Yeah. Blood sample, one of our amazing peeps that is not here right now, I don't think. I think they're working. But I did message them with some ha-has. Yeah. So they sent me this. Fly Call of Duty. Oh my God. My kids immediately. Can I use it? No. Absolutely not. Hey, why'd you go to the hospital? Wow, Izzy shot Landon with the assault gun. I have a revolver. It's like an air fryer. Oh my God. Phasmophobia. Yeah. Why not? Please. Oh, please. It doesn't hurt. You know, they would find a way. You sell those at Bass Pro. That's really cool. I mean, I knew about them. I just didn't get one. I have a fly swatter, But now I have a fly gun. Tutorial next stream. It doesn't hurt that bad? Okay. Maybe I'll have to like test it on myself. Instead of putting salt on the ground, just fire it at the ghost. Hey, oh, there we go. Wraiths beware. Well, no, I guess it would go through it. Well, no, because I mean, wraiths don't step on salt, but what if you hit them with salt? You know what I mean? About to have a seasoned house. Damn right I am. Shoot your eye out, kid. Thank you guys for the subs. Thank you guys for the biddies. I appreciate you. We're going to get Phas open so we can get this weekly on the way. Let us do the things. Wraith dodges. Just does the slow-mo back thing. Oh my God. When you get sick of the ghost, you can crack that. Yeah, I think so. We know you are secretly practicing for Hunt Showdown. No, I'm not. Although I do want to play more. I do want to play more. I played the one night. The hard part about it is that they play really late. Really late. And it's too late for me. Because like if I'm going to sleep at all, I can't be doing that, you know? Can't be doing it. Moosh, thank you for the biddy. You bet the first ghost is a fly. I don't know what that means. Streamer gets no sleep. I already sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. And then if you stack that with the fact that now that school's in session, I am now having to take my son to school really, really early. So now I've got to be extra careful. I can barely even stay awake for most of your stream, Gary. Wills, thank you so much for the 23 months. Thank you, dude. Pretty fly for a white guy now means something different for you. Yeah. Me just standing there with a salt gun. Oh my goodness. Well, it is good to see you all. I appreciate you guys being here. We are gonna do us a weekly, and then after the weekly, I will probably do some like nightmare and insanity runs. More than likely. Mrs. Flash is great. She's doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. She's a teacher, so it was her first day, in a manner of speaking. But she said it went really well. Yeah. Threat level midnight. I'm good, friend. How are you? Is this badge? You have the Reaper badge. Yes. Yes, this is the badge. So I believe someone can correct me on the timing. I'm fairly certain that the badge, you can only earn the badge up until like 6 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's like 6 or 7 Eastern. I'm going to say 6. Yeah, she's a teacher. She's been a teacher for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern. So this is my last stream for the drops. Got you more comfortable with Nightmare. See why you like it? It's so fun. How do you get it? All you have to do is watch the stream for 2 hours. Make sure that you go to on the main screen. This is what you do. I'll do a quick little step by step. So in Phasmophobia, like once you have watched a Phas stream for 2 hours and you know that you've unlocked it because your Twitch notifications have let you know that you've unlocked it, you go and claim it on Twitch by going to twitch.tv/drops. And then once you do that, then you go into the game, go to Twitch Drops. There will be a link right here and then a code. You need to take the code, go to that link and put the code there. You then come back once you've done that. This should say connection good, and that's it. Should be done. You might have to restart, but then you should be good to go. Can you go through the special badges? Yeah. Let me go into here and we'll go through them real fast. Are the kiddies usually excited for school or they despise the first day? It's kind of a mixed bag. They're excited for certain things. Super excited to see their friends. But school stuff in general, obviously they're like, I don't know. Yeah. Blue, thank you for the 13 months. Maverick, thank you for the 5 months. Kids starting school in August is the dumbest thing ever. I know people, there's schools not far from us that started last week. Yeah. Is there only one badge to get from the drops? Well, there's already been multiple badges that could have been had from drops. So the first badge was this one. This animated badge was the first one. This has already happened. This is long gone. Then there was this one, the non-animated version. Now there was this one that happened already. It's already gone. This is now the last. So there's been technically been 4 badges and 4 badges and ID cards. Because like this would be your badge, this would be your ID card. So this one. You're in week 4? Holy hell. Oh my word. Some school. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Holy shit. Can't wait till the character overhaul because we're gonna have some hats. Listen, I've already been dropping some hints inside of CJ's stream. I'm like, so about those hats. D-Man, thank you for the 3 months. So my special badges, I will turn off this so you can see them. I'll go through them really fast just so you can see what they are. Yeah, Pestilence, hello, how are you? Got the Reaper one, nice. There you go. So we have the Completionist, which is what you get for doing all the achievements. Then you have the Apocalypse ones. I don't know why they're out of order for me, but whatever. Bronze, silver, gold. And then these are old events. These are old events. Unfortunately, they don't even say what year they are, so you can't just look at it and know. You just have to know. And then you have the Forest Spirit, which you guys have experienced that. Farmhand, Witch of the Lodge, again, old events. Then there's the map badges, the Easter egg badge, more map badges, the drops, the American Heart Association, which will eventually be a drop, eventually. And then Hero of the Hollow, Winter's Patron, Blood Moon, and then I've got my special badge for being a kinetic partner. So there we go. Those are all the ones that I have. I don't know the next time I would even have the opportunity to get another one. Yeah. How do I tell what tier the items are? If you look over at the tier list, you'll see either one block, you'll see like a diamond, or 2 or 3. You'll either see 1, 2, or 3 fragments here. That's how you know which one you have. Yeah. Hey, Camo, what's up? Let me put this back on. Oh, no. I wanted this because the drops are on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And if you go up, yeah, there's a question mark. So if I go down like this, if you hit the question mark, it also tells you what it is. But they couldn't see that on my screen, at least, because I was covering it. Yeah. So there you go. Easy peasy. What tier incense should I use for APOC 3? Whichever one you feel most comfortable with. I would suggest not using tier 3 because then you're going to stop the ghost in its tracks. That's not going to keep moving. That's just my opinion. Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. Of course. Katie, welcome back. Thank you for 3 months. Yeah, my salt is tier 2. I don't want to slow down the ghost when it walks in the salt. Tier 3 will slow it down. You've played with the kinetic dev? Possibly. I know Lav used to do viewer game stuff. CJ doesn't, and DK doesn't, and none of them do. It would have had to have been Lavender. When is close coming to Phas? No idea. Gromit, thank you for the 8 months, dude. It does. I never knew that. It does what? Nessa, what are you talking about? Might be getting the tie-dye hoodie. Let's go. All right. We need to go through the spiel so we can get the weekly underway. Oh, you talking about the salt? Yeah. So the black salt, the tier 3 salt slows down the ghost. Another possible benefit to it, which I don't really use it for it, but I really should, is that when a ghost walks into black salt, whenever it is just roaming around and it's not hunting, it will hit the salt and turn around. So if you put salt, like, what is a good example here? Let's say that this is the ghost room, right? This is ghost room. And then I know the ghost is in here. I put black salt down right here. When it hits that black salt, it will turn around and go right back into the room. There's a couple of benefits from doing that. A, the temperature will be going down faster because the ghost is staying in the room. B, you'll be able to check for writing more, dots more interactions because the ghost is not leaving and roaming around. You're keeping it stuck. So I would put some motion sensors down inside of the ghost room, put some black salt on the doorway, and continually have it go back if it's not giving you evidence and it's being a butthole. Yeah. You've made death traps. I've also used tier 3 salt to get away from the ghost. Oh yeah. If the ghost is coming at me and I don't have a lot of defense on me, I'll put one black salt down, get some distance, put another one down, and it will continually hit the salt and slow down. Yeah. Like what happened last time in Grafton. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the idea of adding skins to the game? Oh, I think that's a great idea. I would love that. You mean like adding skins for like the book and some of the equipment? I'm down. 100%. Some of the cursed objects, like a new skin or new pack for the cards. The Ouija board looks different. I'm 100% for it. Love it. Changed its room like 4 times. Yeah. Yeah. I could have kept it in its room instead. That's how you got your 8-box true trophy. Hey, let's go. There you go, Super. There you go, Super. All right. I think we're good. Let me make sure that I am doing all the things, though. Once I'm doing all the things, we'll do the spiel. Then we'll meet up with Mr. Song. And then we'll be good. Went to the fridge for food to find my jambalaya sausage unsealed. They now... Oh, no. I just had jambalaya. Give Frank a little costume. Oh, that'd be great. I'm down. Give him a little suit. Can you imagine Frank with a little suit? Can I help you get more views? Yeah, if you ask me for advice, I could help you get more views that way. Is it possible to kick the ghost out of the room with black salt? To kick the room? I don't know. That's a really great question. I don't know. Hey, Lunar, welcome in. Yeah, like, I know what you mean. You mean like if the ghost roams out of the room and you put salt down where the room was and you continually force it out of the room, will it change rooms because you're keeping it out? I don't know. That's a great thing to test. Yeah, Manuel, hello. You need advice. Get a lot of sleep. I hope that helps. Different suits for Frank depending on the holiday. Oh, little holiday suits. Oh, that'd be the best. I would love it. All right, that is good to go. Okay, I'm just about ready. Just about ready. There we go. Short form content, low-key, seems the best way to get views. It's honestly probably the best way to grow. I would agree. I think when you're saying that, I think that you're right in that diversifying your content is the way to go. Just streaming and hoping people are going to show up is not the way to do it. It's really not productive. It's really funny. I think Ludwig literally just did a test where he went live on a stream. Like, he created a brand new account, went live. He didn't tell anyone about it. He just went live, and he streamed for 5 hours before he had his first chatter. He had his face cam on. He had everything going, his normal stream type of setup, and he didn't have a chatter for 5 hours. It's because he was just going live in a category. When you have 0 viewers, you are really, really, really far down there. Yeah. Jamie, what up, homie? Thank you for the tiny. Can you even decorate the mirror? Yeah. Oh my God. You could do all that stuff. If you only stream, you want to be on top of the category to get. Yeah. Yeah. You need to not be afraid to ask people to come watch your stream, like your friends and family and stuff. I think he's 100% right. Horror 2.0 next year. Next year. Why don't Insanity, but instead Nightmare? Why do I like Nightmare more than Insanity? Because Nightmare has a cursed possession. Insanity doesn't. Yeah. Oh, hi, Jamie. Today's solo day. No, I'll be joined for the weekly with Mr. Songcloud. Found you via, yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Chinggis. Hello, friend. Happy Monday to you. Toxic Sludge. Thank you for the 8 months. Lovely name. Instant. Thank you for the 8-month Prime, by the way. Yeah, I mean, to keep it short and sweet, you need to be discoverable. You need to be found. So if you're trying to grow, you need to be posting places. Every single piece of content you make is a lottery ticket that might pay off. It might go nowhere, but it might blow up. You don't know. You just have to try. You will, over time, after posting video after video after video after video, find what works for you and what does not work for you. You're going to find things that seem to get views that people like, and you should lean into it. What you should not do is post a crap ton of videos, have one go off that's about something different, and then go back to what you were doing. Lean in to where the viewership is. If people are watching a video because they really liked what you did here, you found something. You need to keep doing it. Do it again. Remake what you did. Redefine it. You know what I mean? Do you ever play viewers? Yeah, I'm going to be playing early next month. Yeah, we're getting close. It's the 25th of this month. Hopefully the first week of September we'll have a viewer day. I just don't have the day yet. Jamie, thank you, friend. Oh, best advice to beat any APOC challenge. Be extraordinarily patient and also watch Nuka Dave because that man is just a knowledge bomb. Yeah. What was your thing when you started Phas? What do you mean? What do you mean? What was my thing? Like, what did I do? Dismissed. Boots, thank you for the 8 months, dude. Appreciate you. Get used to the 150. Yeah. There's a Phasmophobia cheat sheet you can listen to. You can listen to the ghosts all at 150 speed. That's really helpful because now you know what faster ghosts sound like at 150, which is not something you're used to. This challenge, the ghosts are 150, so we have to get used to it there too. Yeah. Thank y'all for the follows, man. I appreciate you. All right. I think we're good. We're ready to go. I think so. Yeah. Watching Nuka Dave during the day. Yeah, Dave is a vibe, man. He's great. He's another chill Phas streamer. And he's a great content creator. Amazing guy. I love Dave. Dave is awesome. I use that to figure out the go. Yeah, there's lots of good advice on it. What kind of video went off you lean into when you posted? Educational. Yeah, some of the educational videos that I spent a little bit more time editing took off for sure. Yeah. Don't have gamer figures. What do you mean? What does that mean? Still upset someone that didn't know. Oh, listen, man, it's going to happen. Listen, there's going to be young peeps that are not going to know those people, and it's okay. Jamie, thank you for the sub, dude. Yeah, I had some educational videos that went ham. Whenever like shorts were really getting pushed, and I mean, it did really well on every platform. You name it, it did well. But it was the educational ones where I was defined like, here's how to figure out this ghost. And again, I did some editing. It wasn't just me sitting there talking. I was talking for a second, but then I was showing video of different things. I'm trying to find. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm trying to find it. No, where is sort by? Maddie, thank you for the 2 years. Oh my goodness. Is it sad it doesn't feel that long? No, that's a good thing. Time flies. Time flies. What do you mean? Yeah, so like I made a video about like how to test for a Moroi, how to test for a Jinn, 5 tips to find the ghost faster, how to stay alive. Like all those videos popped off. They took off. The how to test for a Moroi has 10 million views. Yeah. How long am I streaming today? Probably close to midnight. Yeah, we'll see. Free donut, welcome in. Sim, thank you for the gifted. Yeah, but ironically enough, my most viewed short at least was not even about, it was about Stanley Parable. It was the infinite hole. Ironic. All right, let's get into it. We're getting sidetracked here. Kelly, hello, welcome in. No, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Juju, found you last year, came here, got timed out for something. He said something sassy. I think I was spamming, buddy. Oh, look at you, Juju. I appreciate you. I think I got timed out for something. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry? Oh, Stanley. Oh, that's what it was. Hi, Sissy. Good morning. All right. We're good. This week's challenge is Tortoise in the Hair Tortoise. After last week, you're feeling a bit worn out, and to make matters worse, the ghost has recovered. And this is at the new revamped Grafton for the 5K. Here are your player settings. Here are the ghost settings. There's the contract. As we can see here, we have 75 player speed. We're a little bit slower. The ghost is 150, so you have to be extra careful. We do get 3 evidence, and the cursed possession is random. So, should be nice and spicy. Nice and spicy. But if we go down here, sounds fun. It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. Comic! Thank you for the music bubbles. Thank you, friend Crimson. Welcome in. Oh my God. Wonder if Flash reads that. Well, I mean, I literally read your name earlier, so I don't know if like you just like said something and then just like backed away or what. But yeah, I think he might. It's possible. Hi, comic. But here is the equipment. We have all tier 2, which is not bad because we also get the tier 2 headlamp, which I love. That is my favorite for sure. For sure. Comic, I am good, friend. How are you? King Eagle, oh hey, how are you? Just all over. Look at you, Juju. What is wrong with you? Thank you so much, friend. Thank you, guys. Sam, thank you for the biddies. I know a game that I'll like. That I'll like. You can put it in the server. Yeah, feel free.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Understandable. What is understandable? It's funny. I think so. He's saying this is on the tube side. It's like understandable. Yeah, they don't read chat either. I literally read their name out and said what they said. Oh my God.
Looks like there are
Zombie Sarah, thank you for the 11 months. Matthew, how's it going, friend? All right. Let me get Mr. Song in here. Mr. Song, whenever you're ready to join me, friend, please feel free. Let her rip. And the lizards begin. Mira, sorry, you just have to accept it. Bottom line, I don't even care, Vaughn. Nah, we're not even gonna bother. No. Comic! There he is. Oh my God. Motorcycle? What the? Oh, hi, Mr. Song. No, nothing. Just, you know, listen to every single lizard sound that exists on Blurp right now. Listen, some of them are really good. The Mambo mashup is probably one of my favorites.
I was going to do a throwback one, but I don't know how I can make it work or if anybody would notice it.
A throwback? Which, oh, you mean like to actually make one from scratch?
Don't break my lizard, my achy breaky.
Oh my gosh. I think that there's more people that would get that than you think.
Yeah, there might be. Maybe.
Emery, hello. What map today is at Grafton? Oh, what is wrong with all of you? I know, lizards and buttons. Lizards and buttons. Corn, think of it the biddy, man. Thank y'all for the follows. Spaceballs remix? Well, what does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Oh my gosh. It's Lizard Town. I don't know what's happening. Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared.
Gotta sit back and accept the lizard.
I think I have. And I've leaned into it and it's fine. What's wrong with it? Do you want that chronological or alphabetical? Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So
is it just us two and that's it?
Yeah, I think so. I know that Mare was busy and Phoenix wasn't sure. So I was like, she was like, yeah, just go ahead and start without me if you guys are going to go. I was like, okay.
Okay.
It's all's well in the neighborhood. So Ghost is 150. We are 75. Curse possession's random. 3 evidence. Yeah.
Yep. We should have most of the protections. I think we get like a good mix of tier 2 gear.
Yeah, it's actually all tier 2.
Oh, okay.
But the ghost is a lizard. Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
Let's rock. Oh my God. Savage, welcome in. Song is really quiet. Is he? He doesn't sound quiet to me.
If only we get $1 a mannequin.
Can you say a few things real quick?
What's up?
Can you talk real fast? I'm going to check volume.
Yeah. I was going to ask, am I doing okay?
No, you're fine. I mean, I can control the volume, so.
Okay. Yeah. I have mine down a little bit just so I wasn't blaring when I first came in.
What if you had it normal wherever you usually have it? I can hear him fine? Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me swap.
I haven't done the weekly yet. If you need a third. Hold on. We might need to back out. Mr. Chinggis, do you want to do the weekly?
This is about where I have it.
We might have a third. There might be a Chinggis.
Oh.
I'm waiting. I'm not even gonna guess the ghost. I'm literally just gonna back out so I don't accidentally get it right. He's down. Yeah. Can hear him now, Blurp. Yeah, Blurp was probably just overpowering him. That's all.
Cool. I'll back out too.
All right.
And I'll rejoin.
Game on. We don't want to accidentally get one right. We're gonna have a Chinggis. Scram, thank you so much for the prime, man. Are the blurps okay? Are the blurps too loud? It's gonna be a great one. Yeah, Mr. Chinggis is coming. Yeah. Phrasing? What? Your wife might not be happy. Well, listen. She's okay. If it's Chinggis, I think she understands. Blurp's not too loud. Okay. You have to understand that the VOD after does not have the blurps in it. You don't hear them in the VOD. So you would probably be able to hear okay. It's going to be a mimic. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Living life. Thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Thank y'all for the follows. Y'all are crazy, man. I appreciate you. Guessing a Revy. Oh, no. I think they might be right about the lizard stuff. Yeah. Corn, thank you for the biddies, man. VOD don't. No, so you have to understand. No, Liza, you have to understand. The VOD over here on the purple side does not have them. The VOD over on the red side, the tube side, does have them. There's benefits to everything. So having them over there, you're able to hear them. Me not having them here means I can use footage from here to post things. Yeah. VOD's so quiet, it's loud. Oh, when there's like no music and stuff? Yeah. That's why I always have to edit back when I set the moments. Yeah, listen. Oh my God. He's here.
Sound check. Testing,
hello.
testing.
Hello. Hey, Wild West, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Hey, streamer.
Oh God.
Are you doing the weekly?
Did you literally just wait to get in here to do it because you didn't do it in chat? Gosh, dang
you
it.
yelled at me last time. I got the message.
Lit Rock, welcome in, man.
So I needed to do it in audio.
Son of a bitch. All right. Once Mr. Song gets in here, we'll go get spicy. Can definitely hear Mr. Chinggis. Yeah, Song turned his, he had his volume down because it was like peaking before, but I think he turned it too far and then he brought it back up to normal. So yeah. I like how the algorithm, oh, it's one platform in particular. Cubester. Yeah, it's literally just one. Never caught the beginning of one of the streams. Well, welcome in, man. Stinky Dio, hello. Monsieur Song.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, how are you? Yeah, we got to change.
Yeah, I was stuck on connecting, and then all of a sudden it froze. It wasn't dotting anymore. I was like, all right, well.
I was going to say, I really hope that they don't have any issues with the servers because they did the other day.
Yeah.
Because they would complete the weekly in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
People asking me about that.
It's been okay for me so far. How does one blurp? Do exclamation point blurp. Can you hear him good? All right.
I was doing some games last night and it was fine. So.
Okay. Roger that. Why did I not see that message?
Hi, Mr. Song. How are you?
Oh, hello, Mr. Chinggis. How you doing, sir? It's been a while since we played.
I know.
Why did I not just see that message?
Yeah, I'm very excited to join.
It kept kicking you out. Yeah, I heard other people saying the same thing. Yeah, I don't know why. Juju, thank you for the Go Popular friend.
Time to survive.
Exactly.
All right. Well.
He can try and push you off that balcony, but it's not going to work. So
Wait, what? I feel like a first-time chat did not show up on one chat, but it showed up on the other one for me. That was weird.
And that there's the lack of.
That was weird.
To do that in this
hey, what up, Sid? All right, let's go to Grafton. Had problems the other day. I think everyone did. Yeah, I don't think you were the only one.
Riverside.
All tier 2. Livy. It's fog. Yay. Oh, that's right. We're 75. I was like, why do I feel so slow? We are slower. Any Grafton Blood Moon? No. Not yet.
I'm not slow. Why do we only have 2 candles? Like, what?
Chestnut, thank you for the 8 months, dude. Only 2 cams? What?
We only
We're
get
on-
2
we're on a
candles.
Oh, candles. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. You want to see the doll room? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe it'll be in the doll room. Tortoise, yeah, the ghost is 150 and we are 75. I'll floor it to the power box. Made it! Hey, Kidmar, how are you? The power is on.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. See, that's not coming up. Slowly but surely you'll get there. I know. Why is the first time messages not showing up over there for me? I need to see why that is. I just saw your message, friend. I heard a door. I think it's on the first floor. I just don't know where.
Okay.
Technology, yeah. So if you say something for the first time and I miss it, I'm sorry. When you say your second thing, I will probably see it. I don't know why it's ignoring first time chats. I'm sorry. Is it a kitchen ghost? Maybe. You think maybe that's what I heard? Ooh, we have hiding here though. Yeah, it's been really buggy recently. Yeah, that's okay. We'll fight it, man. And thank you for the 8 months. Oh, son of a. I think it's in the kitchen. Hello.
Okay.
Of course it is. Shocker. Gosh dang it. What the hell?
You're doing great, sweetie.
Doing good.
Oh, yeah.
I want my money back. I paid for this.
You just
Wow.
said moral support. You didn't actually assign jobs. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
just
That's a good point.
there to cheer you on.
Can you both go be the kitchen watchers? I want to make sure that nobody sneaks in there to steal any wood. You got it?
I'm on it. I'm on it, boss.
All right.
Aye, aye, sir.
Moral support. That's my job. Oh my God. Cloud, how are you, friend?
I think the ghost is in the kitchen.
Thanks. I bring spirit box, a smudge for sure, and I'll bring a crucifix.
We have orbs.
That's hot. Hey, what up, Ice? Spiritual support. That's right. Brandon, hello. How are you? Getting snacks? Getting some snacks? Come on. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Hi.
Hey.
My pupils are fully dilated.
Hey. Hey. Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't move. Hold on.
didn't
Watch,
move.
watch out.
Oh, okay. That's
Any of you have your headlamp? Can you turn your headlamps on? Yeah. So this is our secret cellar.
Man, just wait for the Yuri to slam that door and nobody to have a clue where it is.
I just need a white rabbit to give me a potion of shrinking so I can get into it. Right? Oh God!
Oh, it's Rhonda.
Wait!
She's so
Oh,
hot.
where are ya?
All right, hold on. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Okay, song's in there. I'm gonna let him talk.
Where are
Smash.
you? Are you
Rhonda.
here? Are you close? Are
I need
you
to
ready?
figure out the first time chat thing.
Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Are you here? Are you close?
Sleep in. Thank you for the prime.
Are you French? Where are
Dave,
you?
thank you so much for the gifted, by the
Are
way.
you butt cheese?
Could be.
It could be.
Play your cards right.
Check.
Pretty sure you saw dots? Ooh, multiple of you said that. We might have dudicles.
Yeah. Well, Chinga said we had orbals.
Well, no. Someone, they think they might have seen. Oh, hey, look, there's dots.
God, I just came in at the right time.
All right,
Beautiful.
hey, welcome in.
Then orbs and dots?
Yeah, orbs and dots.
Okay.
What's number 3? Possible of?
Oh, we got a steppy.
I don't see any. Dots confirmed, yeah. Well, let me turn this off just to make sure. Okay, yeah, no UV.
Yep, we got freezing 0.2.
Oh, it's a Ure. Imagine if it did the thing.
The door.
Slammed that little floor door. Hey!
Hey, we wanted that on.
It fatted. What was our cursed possession anyway?
I don't think we know.
Never saw it.
Anybody look for it?
Never saw it.
We can look around if we want to, but
Then give it a gander real fast. Maybe we'll get lucky, find something fun. You say you got a picture of her butt?
I got a picture of her butt.
oh, we got the paw flash right here.
Oh. Well, what should we ask it?
It waved at me. It said hi.
What do you want me to ask it?
I wish for a big booty Judy.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Now she's here.
dear.
Something's happening.
Oh dear. That's not what I meant.
Uh,
I think it locked her in. Does it lock the front door?
I wish for pizza. Oh, it just did the Ure touch on that door.
Yep.
What else should we wish for?
Which that's crazy because that's supposed to be locked. The front door locked.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Chingus
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
the front
photo
door
of her
did
butt.
lock. Look out, Mr. Flash.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Wait, did everyone live? What?
No, thank you, ma'am.
All right. All right, we're good. Run, Mr. Chingus, run!
I did the loop-de-loop.
I'm so slow and out of shape.
That's a wish for infinite wishes. You can do it.
Oh god.
Are you disappointed? I'm not sure
He smudged
exactly.
it, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did, yeah.
I did. So we're okay.
Yeah. Because it came to...
I don't think I liked that wish. I don't think I liked that wish either. But it was worth a try. I was hoping we had like spirit box or something. My God. Wish for a hunt. Well, we already did it. All
Oh
right.
god, that's better. It did that whole map with that weird audio bug where it sounded like I was
Oh, it's
listening
like
to you.
partially muffled. I know what you mean. Yeah. All right.
That's better.
Hooray. Okay, thank you for the 8 months. Do the loop-de-loop and pool.
Oh, thank you.
So the kitchen was the ghost room, or was it in the storage? I'm pretty sure it was in the kitchen. Yeah.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Hip hip. Hooray. All right. Awesome. Easy peasy. Let's go to number 2.
Everything is awesome.
Number 2. Love the kitchen cupboard on the floor. Oh, isn't it great?
Just
It's the
number
most ridiculous
4.
thing. I need to figure out the. Give me 1 second if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Why?
You know what? I'll give you 2 at no extra charge.
Aw. I need to figure out why this is happening.
We're at 3. He owes us subs.
Son of a bitch. Okay. So it does that. Yes. Yes.
I say we get to 10 and he's got to spin the bad wheel.
You shut your lips.
Oh, man.
I say we get to 10 seconds, he's got to spin the bad
You know, if I didn't have a whole stack of those sodas sitting next to me and know what the pain is of those damn things,
Yeah, he knows. He knows better.
I don't wish those upon my enemies, much less a friend. Okay, they're so bad.
Oh, I can only imagine. I've had one before. and
I
that
hate
was
you. Still not sure why first time chats are not coming through.
It's like,
Not exactly sure why that's happening. I might have to figure that out later. I'll try to pay attention to it.
Oh, God.
Advice for lower level players who want to get better at Phas playing by themselves. Honestly, it's going to come from practice, man. The more you play, the better you're going to get, to be real with you.
that you ate anyway as a kid because you were raised poor.
Okay. Being twitchy? Yeah, a little bit. It's been really, really strange. Yeah, Striker Freedom. Thank you for the 2 months, man. I don't know. I'll just have to try my best to pay attention to it once and see how well I can do. I'm probably not going to go well, but we're going to do our best. So if I miss your stuff, just understand that I'm very sorry. Yeah. We're going to do what we can. All right. You guys ready?
Oh yeah, we're already ready.
Ride or die.
Waiting on you.
Wow, he said waiting on me. That son of a bitch. Moto! Know of any near future updates? We know that we're getting the diner this year. We just don't know when. Moto, thank you for the subs, dude. 26,000. Welcome in. What's up, Lynn? All right.
You gave him 2.
They left in a hurry. Hey, it's snowing. I'll bring double light, and I'm going to bring a video camera and check for orbicals. There we go. Siren, if you do !point Discord, friend, it's almost guaranteed that if you do that in a stream that you'll probably get the server. Man. Feels like it's dark with the video camera.
I feel so slow.
The power has been engaged.
All right. I mean, it honestly actually looks pretty cool with the flashlight on. Like turn on the headlamp. It like looks very extra found footage. Why can't people just have a chat with the ghost and leave peacefully? Because we want to be its friend.
What am I?
What are you? Are you Chiba trying to hide? Or are you Coach?
I was gonna say like Blair Witch.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
We were talking about.
I didn't completely understand where we were going with that.
We were talking about found footage.
Oh, okay. I should give the ghost a hug. All right.
Phone, it was jaw dropping.
I hate it here.
That's where that joke belongs.
Of all of the things that don't work in this house, at least that.
Hey, Song, do you have an EMF on you?
EMF? No, I do not have an EMF.
Fairly certain it just shook a door in here.
Oh. We can do this at least.
I think it did. Because I just heard it.
Throw over here.
Yeah.
Too.
All right. I'm not seeing orbs.
I'm also not seeing thingies. I have breath, but that doesn't always mean anything.
Comic, thank you for the heart. Me, Jordan, welcome in. Happy mother, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. What are we gonna call it? Is Phasmophobia's theme song Ghostbusters? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Mannequin room's fun. I like the mannequin room too. It's pretty fun. Bring the smudge, bring the lighter, got the headlamp. We have no dudes in there. Yeah. Comic, thank you again, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for the likes. Heard that.
We got spirit box.
Yes, we do.
All right. I'm in the attic coming down. Where are you?
We are in the library, the office area.
I was walking all over with Spirit Box. I was standing next to it when it evented. And it wasn't until after the event, a good like 10 seconds, that it decided to respond.
What a jerk hole.
Yeah,
Is that
seriously.
a doll sound? Is what a doll sound? I'm confused. Juju, thank you, friend. Thank you, guys. My goodness gracious. So we have spirit box and that's it.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Roger that. Is that a song cloud? It is. It's a song cloud and a mighty Chinggis. Yeah. Been so tame. You said you weren't feeling well. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? What? Where did this ghost go, dude? All right, I'm gonna go get motion sensors. I don't know why. Oh, there. I'm gonna go get some motion sensors.
Okay, I'm gonna get some salt.
Okay. Right here. No, I'm right here. Billiam, hello. Sanders, thank you for the 1 month prime. No, don't you dare be sorry. You're good. No worries at all. You're never late. You're right on time. You guys okay? Is it hunting? Oh. Interesting. Okay.
What the actual F's was that? What's our sanity?
Hey, it's still hunting, by the way.
No, it's not. The lights.
No, it's not.
Why? It just dropped back from 10. Look at this maniac. Look,
Oh.
neither of you in there. Look at it.
Oh, it's... that's a poltergeist.
My guess would be a poultry.
Yeah, that Polty.
That's like
But,
the only
um,
ghost that has like
oh, I accidentally crossed it
ridiculously
off.
high activity.
Spirit box, ultraviolet, and ghost writing. Okay, so let's try to
I
get.
haven't seen the UV, but we can see.
Yeah, let me bring some
Yeah,
more
meds
salt
There
in
is a
there.
book down in there.
Meds are good.
Yeah,
I
okay. I'll bring the other book
take,
too.
I'll take a med too.
Yeah.
They are short hunts, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
that ghost
they're
had
very
us dead the rights with just one smudge and being on the
Yikes.
stairs. And
Oh, I
To be a
had-
demon?
I had
No,
smudges
based
just
on
in
the
case, but I
based
saw you
based
going
on
for
what we.
it.
I'm gonna wait for them to go by. Based on what we saw on the activity board, I don't think so. No, we're thinking this might be a Polty. Either a Polty or it's a ghost that did 2 EMF 5s stacked on top of each other like that. Which, yeah, I don't know.
stuff over here.
Preserve some sanity.
All right, so you have a book over here. I'm gonna put a book over here. Do you know where it started?
No. But in the event when it evented, it was right here. Oh, hi. How are you? Hey, can you write in a
Okay,
book?
Roger that.
Can you write in a book? Can you do the thing? Yeah, you just hit the fucking pillow, but can you know?
It hasn't.
It's everywhere.
There we go.
I've got a Cruci down right here.
We have ultraviolet.
Oh, we do.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. I want to see the feet pics.
Well, here, they're right
Oh,
here.
Oh, that's hot. Oh, God, look at those toes.
UV on the
These two are,
bathroom
like,
door
stuck
too.
Together. That's awesome.
Wait, on the bathroom door? This is the bathroom door. What?
Oh, here's the other Cruci.
What do you mean on this door? Or did it disappear? I missed it. Okay, it disappeared. I was probably looking over at chat. I was looking the other way. Too slow. Yeah.
There you go.
Just waiting.
But we have UV, so that's all that matters.
Cut it out.
I hate it. Like a lot. Didn't know the footprints count as UV? Yeah.
Tape it
It
back.
used to be called fingerprints, but then they changed it to ultraviolet because the footprints now also count. Yeah. So all's well. Thank you for the follows, guys. $5.4. Did you pick up the book or to throw it?
No,
picked up
I
the
picked
book.
it up to move it over here.
Oh, that's right. Burst the lights. I forgot.
Side.
Use the cursed possession. That's rude. I don't even know what it is. You got the keys to the house you got. F and A, dude.
Yeah, I just didn't want to have both books bundled up right on top of each other.
I gotcha. I gotcha. No. No, Frank.
Dingus did it in the study with the candlestick.
No, leave Song alone. No, it's not the paw, and it's also not. Wait, do I have a lighter? Yeah, I do. It's not the paw, and it's also not the
Splitting headache for
cards.
some reason.
No mirror. Ouija board. Oh, maybe. Well, I haven't been to the attic yet. I'm gonna go see if it's a summoning circle. It's not the doo-doo doll as well. Oh. We have a summoning circle, by the way, in case we need to drain our sanitize.
Okay. Being that it just tried to hunt, I think we're okay.
Oh, okay, roger that. Stinky circle? Yeah. You guys okay?
Yeah, it's just being stupid. I gave the ghost some extra toilet paper because it's so shitty.
Wow. You should use it without them knowing. No, that's awful. Mimic Phantom Pulte. Pulte pile. I'm gonna watch it.
You didn't see any orbs, right?
I did not. If you want to check again, you're more than welcome. Flash won't pull a Baron. No, I will not. I'm a revenger.
You outran it because I smudged it to save your life, sir.
I wondered because then I smudged it right after.
So I think the blinkies look pretty
I was
normal.
like, why is it so slow?
And if the blinkies look pretty normal, that means this has to be a poultry.
We didn't have any orbs at all.
Yeah,
Do we have orbs now?
New ghost
have
model, no. You said we have orbs?
Yes, we have orbs.
What?
Well, then
Where?
it's a mimic.
They're in the hallway.
Get the hell out of here.
You can just check the book. I did record them.
Oh, hey. Oh, I was going to record that prick. It's a mimic.
He's a jerk. That ghost is a jerk and he smells like bad cheese.
Hey, that's not very nice.
Oh, that was so
Okay,
mean.
fine. He smells like good cheese.
Unfortunately, the freezing just takes forever sometimes, and it just is what it is. Ghost is camera shy? Yeah, a little bit.
Especially in this map in the snow.
Wow, dude.
Where it's
Freaking
like-
mimic. Wonder what it was mimicking
look
with the
at
double
this.
stacked. I know. That was an event, though,
Like,
to
look
be
at
fair.
Okay, yeah, but that's
Getting
still
mimics
a bit much.
too often? I don't get them that often anymore.
Yeah, and before, I mean, none
Get
of us were
mimic
in the house and it
nerds.
was up to 10.
Yeah, except we got it right. So, yeah. We got mimics, but we got it right. Ghost orbs disappear out of the map these days. This one especially. They go like out of bounds.
Back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Well, what a stinky, but we did find the orbs. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's do the things
Awesome to the
again.
max.
Let's do this.
One more time.
Freaking ready.
I'm
so
ready.
pumped.
I'm not though,
Ready,
because the
Coach.
ads
Put me in.
need to finish because they're 5 seconds.
Oh my god. Ads. Do the ads. And put me in, coach.
Dragon, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Luca, thank you for the 6 months, dude.
Are you a yokai?
Oh my god. Imagine, Savage. Imagine, friend. Just imagine. Imagine, if you will, if I may,
No.
if we must.
This is Patrick.
No. There we go. Ads are done. It was a mimic. We just ran. Nothing happened. You guys didn't miss anything. It's
I don't know what you two are
We
talking
found
about. This is
orbs.
Kermit the
All's well.
Frog.
How's it been? It's been good. How have you been? Alrighty. Let's go. Think the ghost knows what kind of ghost it is? Great question. I don't know.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Hey, prepare accordingly.
I'm on it.
All right.
What if I don't wanna?
Then don't, I guess. I'm gonna go spirit box, UV.
No radio guys
Flash my
can
light.
tell me.
Why?
I know. I don't want the snow either. Yeah, Kidmar, they gotta happen, man. No matter what, if you are a partner or an affiliate channel, you're gonna have them. They are inevitable.
Power's upstairs.
Roger that. Hey, Strawberry, how are you?
Did she just say something? Because I heard nothing.
No, he didn't say it
Up here.
global.
The ghost is up here.
Now he did. Where's Chingus at?
All right, I get it. It's dusty. Okay. That hammer.
Is it in the hallway?
See no orbicals up
Kind of
there.
hard to tell. Oh my god, it can't be in the tall room. That would be my first ever. Is it in here? No, no, it's not in here.
Temps, no.
It's like 7 degrees.
It could
in here,
interact through the wall,
and
though.
it's like, it's 4 in here. It's 4 right here.
Yeah, I'm seeing no orbs in there either.
Haven't seen the doll room ghost yet? Oh, I've had a couple. Not many, though. Sent you a snippet of that error message in the DM. Wait, what error message, Blondie? Was it this? Did it just touch this? Where's Doc in his echolocation? Hey, what up, Cray? Oh, that. Yeah, I don't know why that's going off. Thank you, though. Yeah, I'll have to. I tried turning something off. I guess that wasn't it.
Fixes. Haha. Yes. Crucifixes for everybody.
I can't do this because we're here. I'm just going to sit next to him. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Song, you're in the room?
Yeah, I'll leave.
Okay. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you angry? Are you old? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you friendly?
Both that room and the other, like, blown-in bedroom are the same temp. They're about 6 to 7.
Really? Okay. Was that you that opened that door? Or was that the ghost?
Yeah, no, that was me. And
Oh.
it's 5 to 6 in here and 7.
What noise did I just hear?
Run!
I'm dead. Maybe not.
Are you okay? It spawned down here.
I'm okay. That sounded like a damn thing, though.
Was that a blurp? Oh my god. No, not to take me with you.
Throw something up there?
I heard something else. Did one of these
Throwing stuff
move?
down here by me.
Where, so it hunted from down there?
It's moved. It's definitely downstairs now.
All right. Why do we have this? There we go. Wait, what did Cray say? Girlfriend of 4 years found out. Oh, she's pregnant. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah.
And then it was speedy. It was fast as fuck, boy.
Busted boy. All right, I'm gonna go get a smudge. Nice shot, thanks. So I'm going for, I know, bringing in a sound recorder. What the hell do we need a sound recorder for? Listen, California, Crow is going to get me every single damn time. It's inevitable. I just have to accept it and move on with my day. All right. I'm going to bring in another smudge, double smudge. And we're going to bring another book. What's those damn perfects? Oh, I think they're being hunted again. How do you know it's a djinn if you have no breaker or no evidence? By eliminating all the other ghosts. Yeah, there's no tell that it's a djinn at that point. Mystic, thank you for the sub. Are you guys live?
I'm good. Barely. I made it. I smudged it. It's
Was this
very
book,
fast.
was this book placed?
I don't know. Honestly. It sounded like it came from in back by the mannequin.
3 degrees mannequin room.
I smudged.
That's
I don't know
all
if I...
can say. It was just as fast that time.
For sure.
It's a baldy? Yeah. I might have landed my smudge. Maybe. Scammed? Yeah.
Do we want to say and get the hell out of here, or are we...
We could try to get the evidence for it.
Where's he at?
Right there in front of us. It's a shadow. I can't... Where? Oh, you have the tripod. Why do you have the tripod?
I was gonna film it, but then you grabbed the camera off the tripod.
It is an angry ghost. Pretty bad for you. Oh, no. Oh. Power is off, though. So, is it here or
Flash,
there?
can you grab this? Because it still says Shadow Ghost on the screen.
What?
On the video. It said Shadow Ghost, so I couldn't record any. It still says Shadow Ghost.
Orbs writing dots. Do we have orb?
I'm looking now. That's why I grabbed this. We do in fact have orbs. I can't record it, but I will put it in here so somebody can.
I'm gonna get these books down, even if it takes my life.
We should have dots in here too.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Mystic. I'm glad I'm catching some of these things over in the other chats. For my first time chats are not on my normal window. Enjoying the streams. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right. The power's out. Went to the mannequin room. It certainly did. Ow, my toesies. Ow. My tootsies.
I've got the other one.
I like how this is bugged out right now.
Writing.
Where are you? Oh, that works. So if you throw the spirit box from upstairs to downstairs, it completely bugs out the sound.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, isn't that rad? So we need dots, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Writing orbs and dots, but there's definitely orbs already.
Rude.
Rude. Did I just turn around to see a leg? I did.
Yeah.
Come on, Ghosty, you can do it. Where did that one mannequin go? Wait, what one mannequin? Oh, wait. Is there... Wait a minute.
God, thank you. Okay.
Is there normally 2 mannequins here? No, just 1.
There's normally 3. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
There's normally 3 mannequins there.
There's,
Okay.
There's normally
one
one
moved, for
here,
sure.
one here, and one. Oh God! Here. Sir.
That literally moved me.
I saw that.
Behind you?
It moved my player.
Oh! It's looking at me.
I don't know what's going on. It's fine. It's fine. This one back here is like my spirit animal, the one with the
Okay,
hat.
I don't.
I think I got all
don't like
the-
that sound at all. that recording is horrible.
All right, we're gonna see which one of us is the chosen one. The slow turn made you giggle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, my mouth was open, went right down my throat.
Oh, God, she fired it and went down my throat.
All right.
Got to be getting a good age on her now because she's not hunting as much. And this mannequin looked down at me after that one.
Wait, that
After
one's missing a
one-
head. I'm gonna try to fix it. It's asking for help.
Goodbye.
Hi.
Holy, oh, hey, there's dots. Wow, what a long hunt. I can't believe I lived behind the chair. I tucked up all nice and cozy. Wow. Hey, Wyatt, welcome in. Chicken's taking a little nappy nap. Yeah, I guess so. Wow. Okay, so I'll have to try that chair again. Hey, it's squeakers and toilet paper. All right. Can we put squeakers on the toilet paper? Yeah, there we go. First try. Nailed it. Wow, that thing had some speed. And we also had dots. So, I mean, the speed obviously was a thing, but we got all the evidence too. So, all right. All right, gents, make sure you got they. Holy crap. I didn't realize that the extend hunts would extend it that long. Holy crap. It's because it killed both of them back to back. Woo! Mr. Carr! Oh my God.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
That chair was
Explain.
my savior.
Explain.
I don't
Like-
know.
Sure,
I
the
gave
chair
up.
is no
I
longer
just-
a hiding spot in Grafton.
So I panicked and I went to the corner and I was like, oh, I'll just sit here, I guess. And it killed you, went to him, and then it left and it never came back.
That was just. That was.
And it was the
I just-
child.
There's many problems I have with that just now. Like, I specifically moved the second crucifix onto that side of the room to
Yeah.
cover that corner that it started in. I specifically did that. There's no way it started a hunt. And then for me to die and you just be sitting there behind the chair like, oh, look at me.
So
I
now I'm
did
curious. No, now I'm curious if that is a actual decent blocking line of sight spot. Like, get the ghost to come into that room, but go in that chair spot and sit there and see if the ghost gets you. If not, I think we found our new Grafton chair.
No.
I also want to.
If we have a Grafton chair.
Didn't have any games on
then
our
I would
phone?
Call
Yeah.
it Graph side again. Okay.
Then we'll call it
Like,
Graph side
I
again.
refuse to call it Graph side again because it doesn't have a chair. But if it has a chair,
I was-
If it has a
Graph side.
chair, that's true.
I was 100% upset that they did not include our.
Shh,
not-
what are you
a nod to
shushing?
the-
All right,
You know.
guys, thank you for the weeklies. If you guys want to keep playing games, please know that I am down. Unless you want to leave.
I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, I'm down, dude. I'm
Oh, okay.
definitely
All
down
right.
for
All right.
games.
I wasn't sure what you're about to say. I wasn't sure. I think we should go back to Grafton.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't want to play.
I think we
games with you. I'm
should
leaving.
too.
Bye.
I think we need to science the chair.
I want to science the chair as well.
Yes.
Only if there's more uppies. Okay. They did request uppies, so I don't know what to say about that.
I am going to remove all.
All
my
right.
stuff.
So I can, if we can do like 0 sanity or really low sanity or something like. No. We'll just pop the cursed item.
Yeah.
And you get behind the chair. I'll kite it into the room,
Okay.
and we'll see if it kill. I'll take the hit, of course, because it's not my.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'll
Or
take
we
it.
could just do no
yeah,
sanity,
yeah.
no evidence, and then just run in and see if it gives itself away.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can totally do all of that stuff too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
go for it.
Yeah.
pseudo
I'm down.
meme run. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
Might as well do that setting.
Yeah,
and
Faith.
Hit the sprint to infinite, so we can get in there quicker.
Oh, we could, but with this, it'll give you more money if we get it right. Hey, what up,
Yeah,
Blue?
that's true.
No, I don't care. I was just
Even though
thinking
we'll be
to get
dead.
to the chair in time for science.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll bring in a smudge.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Yeah, that's my plan. All right. Mr. Chingus, did you disable your equip monks so I can make sure to
I-
provide?
Don't think so.
Look at your levels. What the?
I'm disabled now.
194.
Yeah, you know.
Understood. Yep.
I'd be much.
Yep. Got it.
I'd be much higher prestige if I actually prestiged on
Mr.
time,
Carr.
Okay, sir. Don't.
I
judge.
know. Listen, you don't want to go back to tier 1. I understand. I'll force myself to go back to tier 1.
The benefits of prestiging that they give you are so awesome. How could
Listen,
you
my
not?
loadout slots are so useful. Okay. Carr is very excited, and whoever Jeremy is, he probably loves it too. All right.
Carl's chair. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
We named him
Brilliant.
ages ago for no
Brilliant.
reason. It was just being stupid. All right. Nightmare. Oh, wait, not Nightmare. Sorry. 10, 12 custom, no
0
evidence,
sanity.
no sanity. Grafton. Yeah. Yoshi loadout. I had them give me names. Ew.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and
You're
get set
inside
up before
Hey, it's fog. That's right. It's my custom. I forgot. All right. I'm going to go with crucifix, smudge.
You know,
That.
Coach Chesney says fuck. is
Power's
fine.
on, by the way.
I go smudge.
Mr. Carr, 67 months. We are 2 months away from the best. 2 months. And Cassie, thank you so much for the 18.
But 0
There's
evidence. I'll carry a
The
camera
resub
just in
streaks.
case we find
Holy
a ghost
F,
room.
Jeff.
In case it's a mimic and we actually.
Oh, yeah, that would actually be pretty funny. Watch, I'm probably going to get killed like immediately. How much you want to bet?
You wanna
Like behind the chair, I mean. I have the other cruci. Yeah. Power starts on. I've got a smudge. I'm going to bring a lantern for kicks. All right, I'm ready. Going to bed, Maisie. Have a good night, friend. Then I need to no, you just can't subscribe again. Not unsubscribe.
Oh, look, we're waiting on something.
I didn't grab my
Ready?
headlamp. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Which chair? Now were you?
I was over here.
We got to leave the door open though. I think that helped. He was tucked there.
I was here. Now it might have just avoided me because it saw you or it saw whoever was in the hallway.
Yeah, quite possible. But it's
Want to bet a bean on that? A bean on what?
You guys
I mean,
hide.
technically, back here is the hiding spot.
Oh no. There's no hiding.
No. He was there.
No, natural hiding. Technically,
Oh, I know. I gotcha.
like, back here is a good natural spot.
Understood.
Yeah, that's where I go to.
Meggers, hello friend. Thank you for the hard knee. Not hunting, I presume.
No? Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. Goes?
Blended right in. You like that? If the only way, like, watch it be a. Are we? Is it a shade and we're in its room? Hi, Moon.
Is it a shade and we're in its room?
Imagine the ghost hunting. Imagine.
Yes.
Hey,
Ye-
so
yes.
it interacted with the. So if you look up, the light bulb up there, it interacted with that,
Uh-huh.
and
yeah,
then
I
it
saw
moved the mannequin,
Uh-huh.
those are interactions. Shade shouldn't be able to do that.
Right. Also, I forgot. So there was a third man. Where did that mannequin go? Last round. This
I
one.
see.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah, I
know,
don't know.
though. Yeah.
We didn't look upstairs.
So this is definitely the ghost room.
Yeah.
It just tried to hunt in here.
Yeah.
So it's not a shade. I mean, at least we got that.
Getting out there.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna bet it's gonna spawn back here.
Found the room first try. It's well, we didn't want to be in the room with it. The real test.
I've got your head. What you gonna do about it?
Death.
Mother. Okay.
That was so fast. You okay? Song, you okay?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
So we don't have grace period on.
I'll sew them back together. It's
We should
okay.
be outside of the room? Oh, you're doing great. Then we can. I'll smudge and run into the room.
You know what? No, I'm staying here.
You're staying there.
I'm staying here. If I die, well, we know it doesn't
Oh
work.
my god. Sir, it's upstairs.
I was like, man, you have loud footsteps, Chingus.
Here it comes.
Damn it.
Come on. All right, so it's ghost rooms upstairs.
But then why did it spawn here? Is it like a wraith?
Because it's a wraith. I'm going wraith.
We think it's a wraith that teleported right on top of Song. That's pretty great. That's pretty funny. Out of all the gin joints. Freaking troll. This is great. This is going so well. Oh, rude. Yeah, I'm very well aware of it. I don't do glitches
Actually, I didn't
and stuff.
stare at it long enough. I just ran from it trying to get it to come in that room. So it could be a phantom still.
Okay.
Or a mimic. Or a mimic.
It's hunting?
Yes, it's hunting.
Oh, I think it might be a phantom. I don't know.
Oh, that was really tough because I had to smudge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm with you. That's a phantom.
Yeah, it seemed pretty invisible. So I guess these crucies would actually be helpful.
Yeah.
Just in case it decides to eat from in the room. Yeah, I think it was a phantom. It's pretty funny though that stalked its way in here, played with the lights, ate the crucifix, killed Mr. Song,
Get the mannequin.
moved the mannequin around. So it stalked Song and immediately hunted. That's correct. That's exactly what it did. Forgot that phantoms can stalk. They certainly can, and they can
Should
stalk
come
anywhere.
straight to this room now because she knows we're here.
You would assume so. I could carry this with me.
Theory. Yeah. Yeah, I got mine too.
Smart ghosty. Now we wait. Song's not dead, he's just napping. Old man's taking his nap in there. Come on, man.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, song. Old mix song. All right, it sees me. Chingus, I don't think it works. she went right to me. I think it was very coincidental. I don't think it works. Oh, it's like glass. Where's my body? Oh, there I am. Yeah, my guess as to what happened was I think that they were in line of sight of the ghost before me, so she kept going after them. Yeah. Not today, mister. Hey, he's leaving without me. Well, I'll at least get the ghost right. Max, welcome in, man. Thank you for the follow. Gosh darn it. Yeah, she went right to me.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I got a feeling that doesn't work.
So I take it that chair wasn't safe?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty safe to assume that no, it does not work.
Good
Yeah, at
stuff.
first you were like,
really good
at first you were
stuff.
like, oh yeah, it's a wraith, and then I watched it spawn in the attic, and I was like, oh, that's not a wraith.
So its room was in the attic, and well, then it must have moved to the second floor. Then no Grafton chair.
Yeah.
No. You only get one free pass. I got my one free pass for the night. That was it.
Yeah, the hunt after it got me, it spawned right up in the attic.
Chair is safe. You're not. All right. Well, let's go back to Grafton, and we can go to other maps too. Just do a regular run.
Yeah, I'm down. I still need.
I'm done, whatever. Yeah.
You're just gonna see my lobby. Yeah, you shouldn't see
No,
your
these
number
should
there.
still be. These are still mine.
Oh, are
Yeah,
they?
these
Oh,
are
okay.
mine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mine's 9 out of
Yeah,
50.
I'm at 39 of 50. So
Nice.
I'm definitely down for farmhouse runs. Let's do it.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Can we see a Sunny Meadows? I think that could be possible.
And I still have never had a doll room ghost.
Maybe
And other than
we'll
the
get
2D
lucky.
water and the other than the 2D water and the chair.
See some Tangle. Always so purty outside.
I'm so happy we're
Looks
able
sketchy to
share
stand
this
behind the chair
sunrise
with the door
together.
blocking
It's
the
so
vision.
romantic.
Oh.
I'll go up. You stay here.
Roger that.
Are we still doing nightmare, right? Or are we doing
Are we what? What?
10-12 or normal?
No, it's Nightmare.
Okay, thanks.
Hold hands with the whole investigation. Make a little date. Aw. I'm assuming he got the power on. It's a safe assumption. I want to see Point Hope. Oh, how dare you,
Power
Red.
acquired.
Roger that.
Before I came walking in with evidence items, I wanted to be sure.
Closet hiding
Yeah.
in the basement. In the attic. In the attic. In the attic. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'm sorry, one more time.
There is closet hiding in the attic.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hiding in.
He from South Carolina, confidently. Run, no evidence runs. Heck yeah.
Ghost is up here.
Oh, son of a.
Turn on this light.
Oh, it's in here?
Yeah, just turn this light on. We had an EMF 2
Ooh.
for a brief second.
Let me check the
10
temps.
degrees in here.
Oh, okay. 11.
And we have
17.
hiding in here.
Do I still have old Faz? I do. Yeah. Yeah, it's in here. Song. Yeah, it's in this room.
Music box? No. Did we see?
Hiding in the upstairs basement. That's correct. I didn't even look for the cursed yet.
I did not see.
Can you stream that at some point? Absolutely.
Or music box.
Yeah, I would love to do some old Faz. It's been quite a long time since I've actually played it. Yeah, upstairs basement. Correct. I'm going to grab a smudge for safety, and I'll be, you know what? I'll be the audio guy.
Window knock if somebody grabbed
But I got to bring audio stuff. Man. Fine. Ruined my fun. The basement's upstairs. Correct. Do you have videos of you playing old Phasmophobia? Yeah. Yeah, if you go back to my older videos, if you go back to the old videos on the VOD channel, I've got a bunch of videos.
Oh, okay.
Where are you? How old are you?
Right here.
What did it touch, by the way? What did I need a UV for?
Window.
What window?
It did a window knocky. This one.
Okay.
Did a window knocky. I don't know if they can show up there, but it knocked.
I think it can. Never seen old Phaz. Have to catch that. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. The day that I do old Phaz, I'll for sure let you know.
And going up.
How can people play the old Phaz? As a Kinetic partner, I have access to the September 2020 build.
Just tried to throw this.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
8
did
degrees
it?
Is what it's at.
Just search FlashForce
Ah,
old
there it
Phaz.
is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Did this little bonnet, and now it threw that.
Yeah.
bonnet,
How do you get? By being a Kinetic partner.
and it did the bonnet again.
Yeah. Are we?
Where are you?
Oh, we're still
Oh,
going.
you want to
Okay.
do it?
No, I was going to turn it off.
Oh, where are you? How old are you?
What was Old Asylum like?
Where are you? How old are you?
Kind of like high school, but a little
How
scarier.
old are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you spicy?
He really wants it to be Spirit Box.
Clearly, I was just letting him go at it, man. It seemed like he was, happy and employed.
Hey, late onset box.
Just having a good time. Kelsey, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Better than high school. Yes. Asylum was better than high school.
Late
Do you have
onset
any
box.
sense?
I would have to say yes. In my opinion.
It's just going down so
Ooh,
slow.
didn't record it. I heard that. Another talkie. Anything is better than high. Facts. Heard it was confusing. Yeah, a lot of people were getting lost. They just didn't know where they were. A lot of the hallways look the same, which I think that's a very fair critique. But the more you play it, the more you know, The weak link. Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to question that comment. High school is absolutely the weakest map.
I got you the sweet hat.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm gonna put it on.
And I'm gonna wear this one, and we could be like twinsies.
Aw.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, it's like they died together.
Oh God.
Just saying. Burn Cruci, Paranormal Talking. Trying to be the audio guy over here. I would have had a firelight to bring in. Oh, you brought one. Okay, good. Thanks. Wait, do I already have that? No. Yahtzee.
We're gonna have hopefully a
We've literally got
motion sensor
nothing.
too.
Nothing except for an attempted one.
Yeah. We have had no evidence, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Nothing.
Point Hope is the least interesting. Absolutely. Point Hope, I think, is a beautiful map, but it sucks to do an investigation there. That's my take on Point Hope. Because the ghost, 90% of the time, is all the way upstairs, and it takes 15 years to get all the way up there. Oh, there's hiding here. I wish there was a light over here, like a little lamp over here somewhere. The chair did not work. No, it was a failure. I wish there was like a dumbwaiter or something like that too to take equipment upstairs. I think that'd be awesome.
Hovering right around 2
What the
degrees.
hell's going on in here?
Nothing.
All right.
Absolutely
I'll see you guys later.
Just trying to get videos. Ah, I need that.
Oh, you need a video of that. Oh, sorry. Why do people never do random? Because it's always a large map.
Hey, does one of you have the still camera too?
No, I was the audio guy.
Here.
Okay. I'll grab that. For the
I've
times
already got
when-
some. I got the bone, the cruci, and the EMF reading picture already.
Okie dokie.
Has that motion
Well,
sensor
we
gone
were
off at
down-
all?
No. And we were
It
down
did
to one.
a minute ago.
We were down to 1.4, and now we're back up to 4. So
it's gonna hunt us from another room and look for murder. Phoenix, hi homie. How are the hangs? How are the friends? Hey Travis, welcome in. How are you? $4.3. 16. You're at an arcade. Oh, that sounds
Wherever I
fun.
moved to, it's not around here.
Like if I were to take a stab, I'd say that the room boundaries are effed and it went upstairs to the attic for some reason. If I was guessing.
room boundaries messed up? No.
Who needs those? It's hunting. Let's see when he finds out. It hunted from the attic. Ghost is a turd. I'm guessing it started in the attic.
I'm
No, it started on the first floor. I'm in the attic.
What?
sitting here going, why can't I turn off this light?
Ghost is an asshole.
Yep, motion sensor hit right here in the hallway.
Roger that. A map with room boundaries that are just as screwed up as Camp Woodwind. Yeah, it's getting there. We have no evidence.
10 and 9 degrees is low for this map at sunrise.
They should not be able to hear the spirit box from down there. Oh, he's back here again. Playing with friends I am. Had a demon in the puppet room. Died so quickly. I don't know why we both shat our pants. Oh my god. Hey, what up, Jared? Yeah, Travis, if anyone's ever doing an open lobby, it'll probably be in their title.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's hot. Where did it start hunting?
I have a cruisy down here.
Almost on top of me in the back room over there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, almost on top of me is not very informative.
I mean, it's not informative.
Touche.
Oh shit, I missed that.
This. There. Me.
Where are ya?
It just touched a door up here.
No, I touched the door down here.
Oh, okay.
Spicy. No UV. Oh, the new Grafton. I love it. The new Grafton's awesome. It's so cool. All broken down and stuff. Thank y'all for the follows. Ren, welcome in. Jer Bear, Razu, Big
I
Iron.
was gonna get an audio of that cruci burn, but I didn't.
We have a ghost orb.
Wow.
Our
It did
first
do a full
evidence.
door open. Freezing
This
our dots.
ghost
Where's
is
our
stink.
dots? Upstairs?
Probably just get another set.
I'm on it.
Too.
Love the mannequins moving more than the dolls. Yeah, I think so too. I would rather...
Still needs to get moved.
I would rather have the mannequins move than hear the dolls. The fam is good. Interesting. Thought this was zero evidence. No, we're on Nightmare. Might be saving it for the anniversary event. Wait, saving what? Oh, the diner? Oh, maybe.
Normal blinks. Sounds kind of slow.
Yeah, we just did the weekly. It sounded kind of normal to me.
But it's hard to hear through the front door, so.
Hasn't written.
It has not wrought.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that counted. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's the child again.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, I gotta get it. Back to my hidey hole. Perfect for uppies. Okay.
I tried to
You
figure
smudged,
out if I
yeah?
had to bail and smudge.
Meg,
Yeah,
thank you
I
for the
smudged.
2 years, 2 whole years. Thank you for the sub. I'm suspicious.
Definitely normal.
The orb's right here now.
Right here. Maybe I will put this here.
You know, when it fully closed that bathroom door.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if this is a Ure.
Yeah. And Chinggis, you said it turned on the light upstairs, right? So not a mirror.
Yeah, it's not a mirror.
Not freezing.
Yeah, with how long the temperatures have taken it. Who knows? When it started hunting this last time,
All right, let's go out here. Turn that on, get some sparks going for him. Make it nice and pretty. And then we'll go out to the truck. Meg, thank you again. Thank y'all for the subs, man.
Hunting the last time, it hunted from the back corner over there.
Really taken the not going crazy for perfect games to heart now. Been doing so much better because of it. Oh, yeah, just completely avoiding perfect games altogether. Absolutely. Yeah, F it. It's just not worth it. Hey, it's a ghost. I think it's in dining now, though. Oh, the camera's gone. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. Okay, would you stop? Mother, $20 that song. Fine, I'll go put my own camera in there. Had a 6-minute, $1,000 run, easy money. Heck yeah. Yeah, F the perfect games, man. Thank you. Where's the orb? Where's the orb?
Yeah, Flash, last time it spawned, not this last hunt, but the one before, it hunted in the corner over there.
Yeah, I was trying to watch the video camera. Someone kept picking it up and putting it down and picking it up and putting it back down. Oh, shit.
I'm behind with a smudge if needed.
Is the current badge drop the Grafton badge? It is. Yeah. Hey, Addie. Get that on. That.
Do you want me to smudge this next time to burn us some time?
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
There we go. Missed all the objectives earlier today. Still got like 2100. Yeah, it's if you're playing solo, going for a perfect game just is not really worth it. You're doing great, sweetie. Well, we're definitely not going to get doused right now.
I got the hunting ghost.
Hey, let's go. Try to get a camera in there. No, it didn't get Chingus. No, he's
Just
hanging.
need one photograph of left and we're good.
Well, I would love to know. I mean, we have orbs and that is it, right?
That's it. Nothing else.
So probably freezing. Don't have Revy, Hantu, probably a Urine.
Or how amazing would it be if it was Spirit Box when Song spent all of that time upstairs with it?
That would be pretty funny. Did you
Like-
smudge by chance?
I did not know.
Okay. I kind of want to go try here in a second.
All right, I have an
I can
incense,
end
so
it next time if you need.
Yeah, if you want to, we can try to get that second evidence. It's being a weenie. We are running right now, Nightmare. Yeah. Mimic, I swear. We'll see. Soon enough, my friends. Soon enough.
he's doing great.
What's 4 degrees down?
I feel like freezing has just been a literal nightmare.
On this map, especially
Yes.
with a ghost room move.
Yes. Oh, there it goes. Wee. Oh, he's going back. Wee. Think it's going to see him go in the corner?
I think that's a really long run to make. I don't go there.
No, I think he's okay, though.
I go into the doll room. I go into mannequin room. Sorry.
Right. All right, I'm going back in.
Yep.
Keep having problems getting freezing. It's taking forever. Yeah, this map especially. Oh, that was perfect. It stopped when we got to the door.
Yep. Okay, step out. Let it flash in.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you here? Oh, wait, actually. Where's it at? Is the orb still over here?
I don't see the orb, dude. I don't see it at all. Hold on, check it. No.
I just heard it.
Okay.
All right, let me try in here. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? No. All right, so is it officially moved in there now?
I didn't see the orb. I panicked.
What the fuck? Where did it go?
Orb's in here. Orb's in here.
All right. Gosh, dang it. Chilling in the background? Absolutely. Yeah, chilling and watching for sure. Yeah. Starry, thank you for the 2 years. Holy moly. Are subs monthly payments? If you have a reoccurring sub, it is, yeah. But it's good for a month. Can we get a video camera in that room? Thanks. How much? Depends where you live. Yeah, if you go to sub, it will tell you how much. Because it could be a different currency. There it goes. Last hunt, it came from out of there. Okay. It must have moved in there then. Man, what a butthead of a ghost, you know? We checked. I'm pretty sure we checked for UV. I'll check it again. Yeah, it is a crawler. Goryo, well, it can't be. Hey, Jana, how are you? Yes.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Many a stippity, many a stomp. No UV for sure. Okay, that solves that. Orbicle is right there. I am doing well, Jana. How are you?
7 degrees, 6 degrees.
Checked for spirit box. We checked for that.
How
Oh,
much-
ghost fat.
It keeps moving, so. Oh, that was
It
our
never
last
gets to real
photo.
cool.
Yeah, because it moves before it actually does freezing, because it's a slow freezing ghost, because it's an a-hole. Here's somebody's incense here on the ground if they need it.
Oh, it's an event.
Where's the camera?
I don't know. Hey. Oh, it was here for me. Yeah, no UV. Just orbs. Yeah, it's not giving us the second piece of evidence, whatever it is. Not giving it to us. What up, Luke? Howdy, dude. Normal. Thank you for the follow. Not doing it. EMF 5. Yeah, I wish. I mean, we haven't had it yet. We had EMF 4 so far. I'm assuming it's hunting, or it was. Did you see dots? It was 5. Are you sure? Because I thought I saw 4. Just orbs? Yeah. Professional? No, it's not nightmare. We'll go to this camera. 4, not 5. 4. Yeah, I saw 4 as well. It hasn't interacted with the books. We've had a bunch of interactions, no EMF 5. You have to treat it like an insanity run. Georgina, hello. Gonna have to treat it like a damn insanity run. There's nothing else we can... I'm sorry, what?
We're all out of the house. Inverted out.
I got nothing, man. My only guess right now is that it is freezing, it's being an a-hole, and it's a Ure. That is my only guess.
I don't disagree. Are we sure it's not a banshee?
I mean, it would have to give us dots. Yeah, it would have to give us dots
Okay.
because we don't have UV. Twisted Love, hello. Did the orb just leave the room? It might be on the other side. There's like a bunch of crap that's here in the middle. It might be on the other side.
Boy, this is being stinky.
It is being awful. See, this is what happens. Perfect games. 100% Ure. Yeah. I feel like we saw Ure ability earlier.
We're still kind of think so. I mean, but it's so hard to tell now.
I know. Just hold the ghost crucifix at crucifix point as for evidence. What are you hiding from me? Thank you for the follow, Luke. I appreciate it, man.
We're still one photo shy of a perfect game.
Where are
by the
you?
way.
How old are you? Where are you? How old are you?
Oh, hey, a smudge.
Where are you? It's been blowing out those candles left and right lately.
Did it hunt on them, though?
The last time, I mean, it was a little delayed, but not terribly.
I
Was
think
that
it's an
the same
Onryo.
candle within 20 seconds?
I believe
'Cause
so.
That seemed like it was the same.
Yes, I believe it was.
Freezing does still leave on.
Yeah, I think we have an Onryo. Hey, Toasty. Yeah, that was the same firelight. Yeah, it blew out that same firelight immediately. Wow. So we didn't see the Onryo ability. Crazy. I mean, the Ure ability. Huh?
It's a ghost fight.
Goes fat. Oh, we have ads coming soon. I'm down to go Onryo. Get out of here unless you want to finch it.
I'm good.
Mimic Imagine? Shush.
Fuck it at this point.
Yeah. How are you, Toasty? What up, dude? Here, I will snooze for now. People might get hit, but that's okay. All right. Well, we'll just sit in the truck for the next 30 minutes and wait.
I'll wait for song.
One photo. Did we get the bone? Yeah, we did. Okay, one photo.
Yeah. Just one photo. We already have a ghost photo.
Who am I going to call? SongCloud. Chilling, gonna do, open up Twitch. Have something to do, and you saw
We
me.
need one photo for a perfect game, dude. Anything but a regular ghost photo.
I know what he's doing. He's begging for that freezing right now to take a picture of
know.
it.
Yeah.
Temps finally dropping. It's 1.9.
Speaking
And
of
cheeks
1.9, hunt incoming. Translucent ghost. Do we have that?
No,
Oh,
not from a photo.
wait. If he doesn't have a camera, how's he going to take a photo of it?
Does he have the camera? Oh, jeez. I'll be back.
Hey, Chingus,
Yeah.
do you have a camera on you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go take a photo of the summoning circle?
We got freezing.
Fucking it.
Holy shit. Do you see how long it took us to actually see freezing? How do I get the old version of Phaz without being a content creator?
Beat him to
You'd
it.
have to figure out another way because they're not just going to give you the option to do it. Yeah. I believe there are ways to do it, but I don't know them.
I didn't realize you guys didn't take a picture of the damn summoning circle yet.
Did you look in the journal?
No.
Well,
But we also-
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. 3 pro. No cursed item.
Get me out of here right now.
Hey, we also got freezing though. I got 0.07.
Yeah, I heard you. Which would have been also another photo. Probably get close to freezing and switch rooms. Probably. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Wow. Does the 0.7 count? Doesn't it actually have to show the negative
Oh, do you mean
Oh, that's a good
to get the
question. I don't
freezing
know.
photo?
to get the freezing photo?
Yeah.
It's got to show the negative number. He didn't get that. He just got a 0.7.
Oh.
Oh, it wouldn't. I was happy to get
Old
that.
Asylum with the updates. That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. Be able to play the Old Asylum, but with all the new stuff would be
I could've been
great.
there another 5
Guys,
minutes
I'm
and
going to go ahead and run the
negative
ads.
pop up.
We are probably going to just get started in the next one as in get it set up and whatever. But you're not going to miss anything. Let me find out where we're going first. Where do you guys want to go?
I don't know.
Please, Dale.
Yeah, you
Roger-
wanna get
roger
to
that.
another farmhouse?
Noted. I know anything under 1.0 is considered freezing, but will it count as a
That way we
freezing
can get the
photo
Blu-ray that
is the
takes us
question.
45 minutes to investigate. Yeah.
Incoming demon. Freezing photo still works for me even if the negative doesn't show. Perfect. I'm being told, because I guess I don't pay attention, that you can get a freezing photo if it's not technically negative. As long as it is below 1 degree Celsius, you're good.
Oh, I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, I see.
'Cause at
them
that point,
saying
it's
zero
it's a
reading.
freezing
So
ghost.
0.0. Yeah, I agree with you. All right. Well, let's see. if we
Because
have a freezing ghost.
technically,
Let's see if we
it's
can get a
not
0 point
freezing.
Something. Yeah, let's find out.
Technically, it's not freezing
Yeah.
temps. Right. I would have to agree with Chingus on this one.
That's
Yeah,
what science said.
exactly.
Okay, Mario. What the hell?
That wasn't me.
Pixel Pixie, thank you for the
Bradley.
16 months. Barry, thank you for the
I
follow.
don't
Most
see
of it-
bonus orbs.
Post event photo, 3 photos.
Why is that exactly? Why is what exactly? Yeah, I mean, you have to think of it like this. Technically, freezing is 0.0. Right?
I'll hit the upstairs, see if power's up here, and bone look.
Yeah.
I said
Technically, negative is freezing or 0. So if it's not to that point yet, it's not freezing yet. But the 0.9 counts, even though that's not technically freezing. That would be like EMF 4.5, and you're like, oh, that's a 5. Oh, no, not quite. It's getting there, though. You know? Winds of Gale, thank you for the 19 months. All right, I'm going to bring in Parabolic. Bring an EMFer. Yeah, that sounds good. So that makes sense to me. Winds of Gale, thank you so much for the 19 months, friend. No, I don't think we're understanding. So if you see below 1.0, you know you have a freezing ghost, but that doesn't technically mean that you see freezing temps.
Room, I use the mirror, be warned.
When you take a photo of the thermometer, it says freezing temps. Do we understand? Wait, where's the ghost?
There's also no hiding in the utility
All right.
room.
Yep.
Where are you?
Oh, he's got the.
How old are?
He's got that. We better get out of here.
Where are you?
Yeah, he'll be a while.
Oh, there we go. Thank
Oh,
God.
he got it!
Map looks sick in the fog. It does.
I, did,
Roger that.
I didn't hit the attic yet, but I didn't see the bone in the upstairs rooms.
Right. Thank you for the 9 months, and
Confident
Lunar,
with
thank you for the
this
2-month prime. All right. He's got spirit box. Yes, he do. Do we have a UV in the room right now?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'll bring this. I'll bring one. That'll be fine. Oh wait, Josie. That does make sense. Only recently got used to tier 3. Yeah. Guess the game logic says if you get 0.5, it's going to be a freezing ghost, so it counts it as freezing. Right. Right. It doesn't necessarily make sense. Oh, okay.
Oh, I got a nice video of the Dots ghost walking away from me.
Great Phantom Yokai Dio.
So not a phantom, and I'm bringing salt. We got spirit box. How about you? Oh, it's trying to eat the Tide Pod. Damn TikTok challenges.
What a challenge. Great minds. Great minds.
Great minds. Okay. What are we doing? Are you a wraith?
Right
You a little stinky?
They're recording things.
Yeah, this has got to be a wraith. Photo, and witness the ghost event for the photo. Roger that. Good night, Colin. Have a good one, man. How did that even become a thing? How did what become a thing, Phoenix? My last 2 challenges, I had 2 Dios on this map. It was the best. Ooh, Dios are fun. Oh, I have no clue. I don't know. I have no answer to that. Stupidity at its best. Oh, so, $20. Song's holding the camera.
Motion sensors with no salt.
Oh shit, I lost $20. I thought you meant me. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the other Phoenix. I apologize.
I'm sorry, what?
Someone's in there hand holding the camera. I was assuming it was Song.
No, that's me.
All right, so he's doing this. Wow.
I'm trying to get the last video.
All right, I'm going to bring in the other crucifix, and then I'll take over one of the medias.
Okay.
Entire era was a fever dream. Yeah. That's what I get for looking at Discord. Tisk. Tisk. Time to pass out. Cozy carry. Have a good one, friend. What the fuck? He's got this spirit box again. All right, I'm gonna put this over here.
You can't
Okay,
help
well,
it.
I just want to record it. Hang on.
Oh wow! Oh, it just dotted on me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Who's inside
Where are
of
you?
oh god.
How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? Thank you.
First song in his steak. Oh yeah. Very fair.
God damn it.
Where are you? Thank you.
There we go. All right, ghost.
Song.
Yourself, ghost ball. Just do something.
Song.
What? My toilet steak! Oh, yay.
Dinner is served. Enjoy.
Wow.
Served him a toilet steak.
Nice. Oh.
He's so happy. You want to rob him of that joy, Chinggis? Come on.
No.
He's
I'm
so
not gonna
happy.
die, it's fine.
I'm gonna get a dot photo. Let me get it.
We have to let it marinate in order for it to have the.
That's right. You dip it into the dirty water and then you put it on the toilet.
Yeah, the forbidden chalky milk, and then it goes on the toilet steak.
Yum. See, Alpha, have a good one. What even? And you know, we listen, Eagle. We try not to explain too much.
Because there's like the steal videos.
Hey, what up, perp? You're good.
Gross.
Paladin, thank you for the biddies. Dots Ghost in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there he is. Song. Twisted Love, welcome in. Thank you for the heart, me, dude. Hop, 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 hop. With the ball. Hop goes for
Get
it.
her out.
Got it.
I didn't even see it.
I got the
It didn't
fart
even
ball.
register on the video camera.
Got it. It was fast.
You did. You nailed it, man.
I know my ghost farts. It's not forbidden chalky
Hey,
milk.
we still need the boner too.
Oh!
Oh yeah, we do. You should get on that.
All right.
You can do EMF as well, Flash.
But I want the dot photo. Oh, I guess I could do that. That's true. Chicka.
Alright, I'm gonna look around for the boner.
All right.
I shall return.
Hey, Mystic. Welcome in. Ghost. You're killing me, Smalls.
I don't have an incense. Do you have an incense? Ooh, I got that. Ooh,
I
video's
do.
done.
One more photo. Oh, fart ball again. Oh, God. My mouth was open. Toilet steak. Do you know where the bone is? Is it? Oh, my God. I found
Is
it.
it really? Is it really?
Bone acquired.
Amazing.
How's it taste? Delicious. That's what was left over of the last toilet steak. T-bone. Oh, we need a photo of the ghost. Oh no.
Oh,
I need to get rid of one of my photos.
I'm sad that the mist form doesn't actually count.
All right. Can we delete the EMF, please?
Gotcha. I'm sad that the mist form doesn't count as a photo of the ghost.
Yeah, but it's not technically the ghost.
Oh dear, I just realized what happened.
Yeah, we're trying to resolve it. Because you have to imagine that.
There it is.
That'll do, pig. You have to imagine that every time the ghost events, that's the ghost. But whenever you have the mist ball, that is not the ghost.
James.
I had a great photo op from the ghost. He walked right to me.
I saw it.
Blood sample. Super fast reaction time. We got to be ready.
So you
Blood
can
sample.
report me later.
Report you for what?
Dream sniper.
Dream sniping.
Oh, okay. Hey, there's a burned cruci outside. Careful. Can you still get the objective even if the book is filled up? As what I've heard or I know I've seen, the video you can,
All right, I'll
the
put it.
photo
All
you
right,
can't. Fine, good, fine, I'll do it. Whatever. I don't even care.
Yeah, no, you guys just sitting here looking at me.
If we have a toilet steak, do we have mashed tater tub? I'm down for a mashed tater tub. Shelby, thank you so much for the bear. Twisted, thank you for the heartbeat.
Welcome back. I've got
That's another perfect game. Oh, yeah.
just perfect game for breakfast.
You know what's great is when I remember to actually put the ghost.
Oh, that is
I did
helpful.
that time.
9 more.
Okay.
9 more.
9 more. Oh, we going back to another one?
We can if you want to,
I'm-
but I'm down for whatever you want, sir.
Listen,
if you need
I'm-
to mix it up, let's mix it up.
I'm fine with it. It's more
Still don't
chances
have a
for us to get
cool
a cool room.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm down for it. Let's go.
But this
Oh, so okay. Stick, have a good one.
This will be my last one, though, sir.
Okay.
I'm good either way, Flash.
All right. Roger that. What time is it? Okay. All right. Let's see. This.
We need a
Jack.
photo of the ghost. It's Scape and sound recorder.
Hey, Diggs. The games have been good. I presume fourth wall hasn't fixed the issue. Not that I'm aware of. I've pinged them again, so we'll see how long this takes.
I still haven't come up with new sayings for the new stuff yet. I'm working on it.
We'll give you time. It's okay. Hey, what up, Jack? How are you? If you guys, by the way, are not in my servers, it is right there in chat. So is the rest of the socials. If you guys don't see that, if you're on another platform, you can always check the bio.
What the hell?
Power's what?
I turned the power on and the ghost turned the power off immediately.
Are you upstairs?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Played earlier today. We did a challenge mode. Our first. Oh, it was a blood moon. I have yet to get it naturally
There's
here.
lighting in the attic.
Damn, I was hoping to get EMF on that. No, Autumn, you're good. No worries, friend. The bright light in the wall. Wait, what? Hey, I have temps in here. .3. Yeah, potty. Thank you for the videos on socials. Husband, daughter, myself. Oh, with the knowledge. Of course. I appreciate you watching them, friend. Stop it, Ron. Stop. There's a weird wall glitch on Grafton. Oh, yeah. The lighting is a little bit off. Yeah, I know. All right. I'm going to grab writing, video camera, and yeah. Save squeakers, I will. I promise. Had to listen.
All right, I'll do audio.
Audio. Oh, he's got a spirit box. Watch out.
How old are you? How old are you?
Oh God.
How old is Flash?
I know.
It doesn't know. It didn't want to answer.
10 years later. All right, I'm gonna put down book. Keep the smudge on me.
How can you go down the hole?
I see no orbs. Oh, did squeakers go down the hole?
Squeakers go down the hole.
Roger that. Got it.
There's a thing.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh no, it was just very convenient how it just magically disappeared as soon as you got that. Leave
It
me alone.
shut the door in my face. Oh my God, Drog. I want to say hi. No, I could have got the salt. Did you put more down?
Oh, we have feet. We have feet.
Did you put more down or just the one?
I put more down. Hold on.
Where?
Over there. You just
Where?
in it.
No. I can't see it anywhere.
Here.
Did you
Oh
put
my
all
God.
three
Here,
down?
Here, I'm putting it right here. Right
Where?
here.
Okay, I see
right
it.
Here.
I'm staring at it.
Right here.
It's mine. Yes. Get wrecked, you idiot.
Oh,
The
so close
audacity.
to that. Less than 1 degree. Oh
My
God.
God. Roadie. Hi, Mr. Roadside. Thank you for the raid, friend. How's it going? Hello, welcome in. Oh my goodness gracious. This guy. I'm tired of missing out on all the fun. Oh, he's translucent.
Here, translucent.
Got him.
Yep.
Who's got the sound?
Roadie, thank you so much for the 31 months. Thank you for the raid. Amber, thank you for the 20 months. Oh my God,
Okay.
it's chaotic. All right, I have translucent. I have ghost. I have disturbed salt.
We got that EMF 5.
I've got the fire extinguish. Freaking out, man.
Did we have any evidence other than EMF 5 already?
Dragon.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Wait. Okay, Jin, Myling, Obake.
You son of a bitch.
Lizard.
Oh my God. There's a lot happening right now. My friends are dead. Holy shit. Drifter. Okay, Eagle. It's hard to explain, man. My friends didn't make it. Are you guys okay? Wait. Where did there... Why is there no body here? Hello? I don't know if they smudged or not. Oh my god. Mr. Rhodey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the raid so stinking much. Who needs friends? We have ghosts. All right. Do we know any idea? Do we have any clue what that was? Any idea at all? Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gifted. Akisha, thank you so much. Oh my god. Did he clip through the floor? Oh, I don't know. Wait, is he still here? Yeah. I think it is ate the crucifix. Pretty sure it was a ghost. Well, I heard 2 deaths. Oh, there's the other one. Oh, song went sliding. Now there's 3 ghosts. Oh, hey, squeakers. My god. Holy shit. Mr. Chingus. Oh my god. Thank you for the 43 months. Thank you for the follows. Good gravy, man. Turn the stairs into a fun slide. He did. Is it hunting? No.
Lizard.
Holy shit. Hey, Luber. Thank you so much for the dono, man. I probably will not be playing Roblox again. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. I wasn't planning on it anyway, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Liza, thank you for the gifted to Shameful Crazy. Hi guys, how you doing? You guys doing good? Oh, candlestick. Oh, he's is my ghost upstairs throwing stuff through the hole? Toilet paper. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Oh, there's some more TP. Oh my God. What is happening? Shelby. Oh, thank you so much, Shelby. Dragon. How much stuff do you have in that bathroom? Jesus, dude. Killer, thank you for the biddy. Oh my God. I'm just watching the door for it to start hunting. That's a big 10 nope. Yeah, that's a big old 10 no. Absolutely. What is going on? There's a lot of stuff happening at once right now. We're waiting for the ghost to hunt. My ghosty friends are upstairs throwing things through the hole in the bathroom floor. What happens when you complete level 10? It goes to 11. Not discuss it here, no. I think it's just murdering the crucifix. There we go, okay. Ours goes to 11. Jin Obake Myling. Well, that didn't help, now did it? There's a lot happening at once right now. stop. Hammer time. Didn't they say they turned off the power in the beginning? Oh, you're right. Oh, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. Good freaking shout. I totally forgot. I think it did. Didn't it like instantly do it? Yeah. The alerts are annoying. You're more than welcome to leave, serious. Yeah, or turn the volume down. There's plenty of things you can do to self-remedy your situation that you're in right now. Hi, Mr. Doc. Sonoba, thank you for the biddies. Thank you guys for the subs. Neo, thank you for the 4 months. The ghost keeps going up. All right, one more and that's it. Myling? You think it's quiet enough for a myling? It just yeeted something all the way across the room. Did you see that? The ghost is so mean. It is mean. Mr. Doc, how are you, sir? Thank you guys for the hype train. Absolute madness. Ange, thank you for the follow. Liza, thank you for the biddies. Aegis at Pred, what up, dude? How we doing, friends? The ghost is stupid mean. Hope all are well. We are. Well, almost all of us. I haven't seen it change. No, you can't while you're dead. You can't see a shapeshift. Mm-mm. You cannot see it. Missed it. Oh, Crow. Thank you for the 15 months. For Rand. How's the ghost? It's being a weenie. It murdered my friends. A few deaths is just progress. Okay. Yeah, he slid. He went down the old slide there, the stair slide. Yeah, he had a good time. I'm waiting for this to happen. Some of you may die. Classic stair fall. Imagine. I guess it's just not going to hunt now. Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate it. Daisy, thank you for the heart me. So tired, ready to play for college. Oh, you're at work right now? Oh, come on. Please. Got all the murder I wanted. I guess it's done. But although it tried to get me a couple of times, like, what's going on? Comic! Comic, thank you for the subs. I demand the highest of fives. You are going to get the biggest five of the hive. Whatever. That. Hey, Elvin, how are you? The ghost has commitment issues? I guess, man. Yeah. Elizabeth, welcome in. Is it just done hunting? It's like done. It's over. Hi, guys. Hi. Did it like have its fill with song and it's like, that's it? I'm done now? Imagine going the year. Listen, it's the 10-year anniversary. I'm going to sell a kidney so I can go. This is kind of crazy. What if I go away from the door? It's kill quota. All right, you see me. Pretty quiet, right? Holy night, dude. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I think it's a miling. I'm also pretty sold. Holy crap. All right, going miling. Look at all this shit he threw down the hole. We got the duck. We're okay. Yeah, quiet as hell. As soon as it got to this floor here, it's a little tough when you have like heavy rain, but it's okay. Hey, don't worry. Be happy. Oh, wait. It's like a... Wait, hold on. It's like a prison tattoo. Oh, now he's angry. Oh, okay. Instead of a teardrop, you just get a little ducky. I think that'd be a good thing. I would do it. All right. He's there. We out. Miling. Man, ghosties are being weenies today. Oh. Thank you, guys. Holy shiitakes. Squeakers, I love you.
Welcome back.
Daisy, hey, how are you, friend? Wow. What a butthead.
I just walked right to my hiding place like I had something turned on. Like,
It just wants to give you all the love and you know, affection that you
The goat
deserve.
spawned a foot in front of me in the outside hallway. Or in the
Yeah,
upstairs
you
hallway.
walked right into it. It was way too
Right
late.
into it,
I
yeah.
couldn't even go.
Smack.
Yeah, it was too late.
Yeah, no. I had a smudge on me too. That's the worst thing. I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, my word.
Piece.
Good times, good times. How many do you have left there, Mr. Chingus?
oh, that one doesn't count, right? Because I died.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I still need 9 more.
You'll get there. Easy peasy.
One day.
One day.
One day.
One day more.
All right, friends. You just fill this survey out to let me know how you think I performed very well, and then you know, when you're done with that,
I'm gonna not
Okay.
rate him very on his Uber.
Oh, wait.
I
Maybe
think
it's got to
have
be
do the
you.
bottom. You have to do the bottom one.
All right. Here, go ahead.
Oh.
No. Here, you do the bottom one. Nope. All right. I'll do the bottom one.
I saw it wavering before when he did it.
There we go.
Ah, there it goes. Hey.
Onward. Happy now. Just watch the Daffy go down the whole bit. I'll catch them. Oh. And they go again. Oh, dear
You know,
God.
the only
What?
problem with Grafton is there's no sausage.
That is true. There is no sausage. There's also no toilet steak.
I know. So we
Hi,
can't,
Morgan.
there's a distinct lack of meat to throw down holes.
There is definitely a lack of meat to go down the hole. Features.
Well, I'm good sticking around if you want to still play, friend. If not, if you wanna run solos, I'm good either way.
I think I am gonna do like maybe a solo or two, and I gotta spin
That's fine.
a
Sounds
wheel or
good.
something. Yeah.
Oh, well, you have fun with that.
You know, I'm gonna try
It's
my
been a
best.
blast, of course.
I appreciate you guys joining as always. That's EMF12.
That
Oh,
went
this.
right through you. Oh my.
Oh, gross.
Things are
Mr.
getting
Song,
weird
a
here.
pleasure as always. Thank you for joining the games.
Yes. Thank you, Flash.
Bye,
I
Mr.
shall talk.
Song.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're just gonna do like a solo or two.
Welcome back.
Was fun. Thank you, Mr. Chingus. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the wheel's gonna be great. A wheel or something. Yeah, I would love to do merch giveaways. Unfortunately, they're just not working, and I don't think I've heard anything about them working, so I'm not even gonna fight that battle. Soda. No, you listen here. Nope. Don't you wish that. Don't you wish that on me. Thank you, Mr. Song. Hi, Rafa. How are you, friend? Any advice for Point Hope and Sunny Meadows? Any advice for these, for these challenges? Run them with friends. It'll be faster. Yeah. Told you manifest nothing. You hush your lips. How many more until Mrs. Flash plays Phaz? That many. That many. 'Tis raining and lovely. Is the rain cooling it down at all, Rafa? I hope so. Six, 69. Nice. Nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the wheels. Well, not the wheels. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and just do, this is like by default. We're going to do this. Thank you for putting the in the Discord. Been loving playing them. Yeah, of course. If I ever find any sort of custom that I really want to run, I will make sure to put them in the server so you guys can have access to them too. Of course. All right. What's the word? What is the word? Adults. Where? Goo. Goo's a good word. We're not doing ranch. No. We're not doing ranch. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it